Hi, I'm Christina, and today we're going to talk about Hurricane Michael in the Gulf approaching the Florida Panhandle and some other interesting topics. So hang around. All right, we're going to get right to it. I was looking at Sky. I got that pronounced correctly, finally. But what's going to happen is Michael. It is at the tip of Cuba right now, entering the Gulf of Mexico. And what it's going to do is it's going to take a couple of days, but it's going to hit the Florida Panhandle on Wednesday around 10 a.m. is when it's going to start. It has winds that are very similar to Florence and the wind gusts. The difference is that it is going to drive through a lot faster. So you will have issues with flash flooding because some of this is going to be dropping a couple of inches within an hour, right? Because there's going to be some pretty heavy storms there. So you might have some power outages, street flooding, and problem with things flying through the air like rooftops, but I don't want to downplay this because we have had what's going on in Indonesia, just for examples, that their death toll is getting to 2,000, but they're estimating it might be as high as 5,000 because there was like a sinkhole situation. And then not long after that, they had what I think it was yesterday or the day before, we had a pretty good quake off the coast of Haiti that still managed to wound people and kill, I think, 14 people. So when it comes to crisis situations or dangerous situations in general, do what you can to keep yourself safe. That's the most important thing, because this is at least going to be a tropical storm, and those are capable of turning roads into rivers. So you want to be somewhere that you feel is safe. All right, moving on. The Palestinian United States money issue continues. An article came out on October 5th called New Law Endangers U.S. Assistance to Palestinian Authority Security Forces. And you can imagine that nobody is pretty happy with this, but the feeling, the overall aura, I guess, I get about this is daddy pays for college, kid doesn't want to go to school, he just wants to party all the time, and he's not making the grades, and so daddy cuts him off. And except in this case, it's a lot more serious than a college situation. It's, security, it's doctors, their ability to have their programs for their people. They've already had to shut down a lot of working situations, a lot of jobs. So also what I thought was interesting is that we have another illness that has broken out in America that's kind of multiplying a little bit. It's not the first report. It is now the sixth report, 6 cases of rare polio-like illness. It didn't say it was polio, it said polio-like illness diagnosed in children in Minnesota. And it talked about the fact that it affects the body's nervous system, and that there is no vaccine for what they call AFM, which is short for acute flaccid myelitis. All the recent cases in Minnesota were in children younger than 10. The CDC says it's important to practice disease prevention steps, staying up to date on vaccines, washing hands, and preventing mosquito bites. That's super important. Marigold flowers helps out with that if you're still able to grow them, just a little tip. So we're going to move on to the Vatican. There's actually been a couple of articles out this last week that have been really, really, I don't know, surprising or shocking. I couldn't really decide, so we're just going to go with both. And what it is we're all aware that there's finally a push against the Vatican Church that is so big that they can't just hush everybody up or put everybody in the back line. And for once, it's not just their court, you know. So what it is now you get these articles. This one specifically from MSN says Vatican calls claims against Pope blasphemous. And I'm sitting here thinking, the Pope is not God. So calls against crime for anybody is not blasphemous. It's justice. If your people are committing crimes like this and it's been covered up for years, then I'm pretty sure it's not blasphemy, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't God. So then you look, and like this article is a day ago, and this one came out 5 hours ago. MSN again. It also has a little thing, moniker says The Hill. So the title is Pope Says Devil Trying to Divide, Attack the Catholic Church. Which is very narcissistic because the church is the one who attacked those people. And what a way to make yourself a victim, you know, just stop trying to be the victim. It's time to man up and deal with this and face it head on. And these excuses and these self-victimization things in the face of horrific crimes like this, unforgivable crimes, it just really sounds self-serving to me. But this is the kind of world that we're living in, and we have to live in this every single day. But this is birth pangs for you. And since this is kind of a labor issue for us, just know that God doesn't bring to birth and shut the womb, and he sure doesn't pluck the bride up or the mother in the middle of labor and delivery. So we're not going anywhere right now. Something is trying to be birthed, and we are going to be here for every painful minute of it. And we're going to see articles like this and see storms like this. So whatever soul searching you need to do to get yourself right, this is the time to do it. Time is short. And it is hard to get in touch with those feelings about all those things that you deal with on a daily basis all the way back. But you've got to do it, okay? It's just like childbirth. It's painful and uncomfortable too, but in the end, it brings you joy. So this is all I'm going to say for today. And I just wanted to tell you that I will talk to you soon. God bless you all. Bye.